Honolulu lawmakers will vote today to begin the removal process of the Haiku Stairs.
Dallas Ontiveros joins us live from Honolulu Hale with all your details. Morning, Dallas.
Good morning, Christine Ross. Yes, we've been talking about this throughout Wake Up Today, and here joining us on the show, we have Vice Chair, City Council Member Esther Kia'aina, who joins us here. Good morning, aloha.
Good morning, Dallas.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
So, how are you feeling about today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Today's a big day for a multitude of items. We have the Lanikai bike pathway that is going to be named after Cynthia Thielen and Ted Rogers, who 50 years ago helped to establish the bikeway for Lanikai.
Yeah.
So it's a good day for that and many other items.
Yeah, there's a lot to the agenda, and today we're talking about the Haiku Stairs, and we've been hearing from the Friends of Haiku Stairs throughout Wake Up Today so far, and we've been hearing about the possibility of a managed access, and that would be able to keep and maintain the stairs. Has that been discussed within City Council, and could it even be a possibility?
Well, first of all, let me just say that managed access has been talked about for decades. But the fact of the matter is nothing has been done about it. And it's easy for the Friends of Haiku Stairs to say that it is the City Council's job or the city administration's. But I believe if you truly care about managed access, you would have done everything possible to connect the dots, both in the short term and the long term.
Has City Council done anything about this to make it managed access?
Not the City Council, but previous administrations have looked into the issues. And regrettably, it's going to take a multitude of land agreements and legal discussions to make the pathway move forward. So I guess what I would say for the Friends of Haiku Stairs, since they seem to have a lot of money for poles and other activities, perhaps as a good faith gesture, that they should stand up a 24/7 neighborhood watch and help the affected communities with trespassers. Second, they may want to fund the law enforcement that we're paying for at a cost of $250,000 to taxpayers. And lastly, they keep on talking about invasive species management. Why don't they, for free, work with the Oahu Invasive Species Council? In my year and a half of being on the council, not one person or entity has come to say, how can we help with invasive species management? The fact is, it is because of hikers from Moanalua who have degraded the environment on the mountain ridge, who have helped to decimate our native plant species, and it is because of hikers that we have invasive species on the top of the summit because they've trekked up there with invasive species on their shoes.
That issue's happening a lot everywhere, but you know, there's been questions about the cost to remove the stairs. It's been reportedly around $1 million to $1.3 million. What's the breakdown on that, and could that money be used for other resources or other issues that are happening right now?
Okay, good question. So last year I put $1 million into the budget. That was recommended by previous due diligence efforts from the Board of Water Supply. It was a baseline, and since that time, first of all, people say, when is the planning going to begin? The planning began last fall after the City Council passed a resolution and the mayor announced that he is for taking down the stairs. So that is the beginning of the planning process. Since that time, the Department of Parks and Recreation and the Department of Design and Construction have been looking at the actual assessment of it and have come out with $1.3 million, which is not significantly different than $1 million. And the majority would likely be for the takedown. They are already in the planning process. This year, they will continue the planning and permitting process, and next year they will begin the removal.
And you know, whatever happens with today, whether they are kept or removed, there's such a big following as well, whether it's on social media or people who do respect the boundaries and do not trespass and maybe want to keep the stairs. What is it you want to share with residents on maybe something we're not understanding from the City Council's point of view, something you want to clear up or any questions?
Well,
because there's some confusion.
I think the misunderstanding is all we have heard is lip service for decades. That the Friends of Haiku Stairs cares about the community, but they want a acceptable pathway to the stairs. Well, I feel that they have to move beyond that. And if they truly cared, they would have taken steps rather than waiting for a magical wand to resolve all of the issues and create a an appropriate pathway. The fact is, the land agreements themselves will take years, and there's no guarantee that they will be successful. Why? Because the pathway will cross a county, state, and private lands.
Yeah.
And so something like that, you can't talk about it. You need to figure it out. You know, if we wanted to fly to the moon, we would worry about the soundness of the rocket that takes us up there and all the legal authorities to get there. That has to be done. You can't just say, I want to fly to the moon and go and wait to take off to the moon. You have to do your due diligence.
Vice Chair, I'm sorry, we appreciate your time. You talk about the moon, ironically, this hike has the name of Stairway to Heaven. So it just goes us to new heights.
There's only one stairway to heaven. And
Vice
that is
Chair.
not through Haiku Stairs.
Thank you so much for your time. And whatever does come out of today, we will keep you posted first. But through our KHON2 mobile app, you will receive breaking alerts, or also online at KHON2.com, where you can read more coverage of what we know so far leading up to today's vote. Reporting out here outside the Honolulu Hale, Dallas Onveros, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Yes, we'll definitely follow up. Thank you so much, Dallas. Coming up next, we're working for Hawaii with a live look at traffic and more on your Wednesday forecast.
Plus, we'll have an update on the renovations at two of Hawaii's